right?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Like I have less practice.
Yeah. More lower body. So when you land into your left foot, so this is the important part. So what you do, let me explain. Okay. So you got a really good swing, you're good at the top, you know, it all looks fine, okay? But what happens is you go to the top of your swing, and when your pressure lands into your left toe, you actually keep everything closed. So the only way you're going to get to the ball is when you stay closed, your arms come slightly out, and then when you do rotate, you're here. So now my handle gets dragged kind of towards the ball this way. So if you think of this like an athlete, okay, if I was to huck this thing at the target, I would actually behave like this. See how I'm opening? So my hips, my rib cage are going to lead. See how this is leading? Where's the club? Behind me. That's what you need to feel. And the more you do that, the more the club's going to get thrown out behind you, and you're actually going to launch it. Okay? Now, here's the funny thing. So the funny thing is you have a swing direction that's dead zero. You have a angle of attack that's down. So you're down like 1 to 2. And your face is way right or way left all day. And the reason for that is you've narrowed the bottom inherently. That's not a good place to be because your club head speed's about Champions Tour. You're about 100 miles per hour. So you got to hit about 4 up on a driver. Now, you just did it and you gained 25 yards and the ball was a nice draw. That's kind of your deal. You can't afford to hit level at 100. Okay? I don't care what they say, whoever they is, in quotes, but that's just a fact. So, because you're a good player, 4 handicap. So you need the most out of your driver you can get. Now, 4 up isn't going to hit you out of bounds or anything like that. It's going to be better because you won't have a 60-degree right face or a toe hit all day long, which is what's happening. So, as you saw with like Xander, when you got to the top of your swing comparative to Xander, when you land into your left foot, your lower body's closed. So you have to feel this initiate very open, especially like the rib cage and the core. And then this just trail behind you as much as you can. I want you to feel like the club is going to bottom out very early before you hit it. Okay? You don't need to try to pull the handle into the ball. Okay? You ready? Yeah. Now, it's still holding on to the club. So feel like that head is like way down and back here. Yeah, that much. Okay? Not bad. Keep going. I like the lower body on that. Get up on that ball the other day. The one before that. Yep. Keep the lower body twisting. There you go. Better. Keep going. Oh, we're getting somewhere. We got a pattern. They're a little right, but they're not off the toe and they're not way right. Come take a look. So the old release point, which is P6, look like that. Okay, so you can see like the club looks in, but you're kind of stood up, hips aren't way open. Now, look at the difference. Way more in. I think the hips need to initiate a little bit more. That's pretty good. And you need a little bit more pushback to release that club.
Oh, push.
Like you're pushing off your lead foot. But it's not as dragged for sure. That's dragged. That's why you toe hit it. Let's do a couple more.
Okay.
So it's like here, like low to the ground, and almost boom back that way. And you're pushing early when you do that. Push back off the lead foot a little bit. Yep. Oh, we got your height. Okay, again. Still centered, still that face was a little open, right?
Yeah.
That's the sequence, okay? What that'll do, it'll line the face up.
Okay.
Instead of you trying to physically do it.
Yeah.
Like you don't have time to do that, okay? It's done from the force of you pushing back. So as you landed your left toe, rotate and push. Right. So it's not, you don't spin on your back foot. Okay, the pressure could go back after you pushed. That's the difference. We'll get the sequence right. That'll get the face better. But in the interim, you got to get that to go. Feel the difference? See, that's different.
Yeah.
Very different. So inherently, this is your movement because that I could just say that to say it. That's not true. In order for this club to release, okay, so this club is going to line up, okay? Yeah, you can have shaft lean, okay, but the club's still lining up, okay? And you want that for speed. You're not trying to, what you are doing is you're trying to pull the grip ahead of the golf ball.
Yeah.
And where's my face? To the right, all day.
Yeah.
So for me to get this to happen, I have to be able to push off that lead foot. Okay, that has to happen. So that means as I get to the top and I land in my left toe, I'm going through that rotation first. There's my separation. As that's going, I'm pushing back off that lead foot. That's going to put force back into the handle to go that way to line it up. Okay, you need to do that a lot.
Okay.
As much as you can. Real early, you're pushing back off that lead foot.
Oh, too early?
No, as early as you can.
Oh, okay.
That's why you're landing there. Right. Found the center of the face.
Yeah.
Do that again.
You figure it out now?
Yeah, he's getting it. But that's what you got to do. So you need to think in a different term.
Yeah.
So as good as your backswing is, okay, and I like it. It's very nice. What you're doing doesn't work. Okay, you can get away with it with an iron,
Yeah.
which you do.
Yeah.
Driver doesn't behave like that because you don't have any loft.
Yeah.
So you got to speed that thing up. So in theory, if I pulled up on the grip, the club would release like this, right?
Yeah.
It would line it up. Makes sense. You don't do that with your wrist. You do it with your force you're putting off the ground, essentially. In order to do that, you got to get your pressure to land forward. Okay? So what you did is you got to the top and you slid to the right, so you kind of look like this. And you were closed for a long time.
Yeah.
That head's here, you can't get it to the ball. So you dragged it into the club, or you try to turn left on it and you just whack the toe. and you're just gonna hit toes and open face all day long. You're gonna hit two-way misses all day.
Yeah.
So you need to get the understanding that when I do land into that toe, that you need to, just like you throw a baseball, you'd rotate this out of the way as early as you want.
Yeah.
Boom, you're already in rotation, then bam, go that way. And you'll smoke it. I mean, you're already fast, but you'll smoke it. So land, turn, and push back. Very early. That's different.
Yeah, that's different.
Do that again. You gotta be careful what you look at when you look at video,
Yeah, I know.
because you can make anything make sense.
Yeah.
He should be 4 up all day. If he's not, a little late on the favorite. Good.
Okay.
Perfect. So that's like just like a ball in front of your left shoulder. So land, separate, push back. Send it. Okay, so I'm gonna go this way just for the camera.
Okay.
Let me see your phone. A lot of spraying of the face.
Yeah.
I like that.
I know.
Okay. Trying to find that sweet spot.
Yeah.
So essentially, you're here and you're doing a lot of that.
Yeah.
Okay. If you do that, you're going to be a terrible driver player. Terrible. So you want to. It may look like that's happening, but in reality, this is what's happening. Okay. So this has got to go first. This is staying. Now look what happens to the club.
Yeah.
Right? Boom. I want that. I want this to be pushed back that way very early. So as soon as I rotate and this trails, you put, because your pressure lands here, you push away from it, this thing will line up and speed up. Okay? And we can spectrum it out. In your demographic, you need the height with the tee shots.
Yeah.
But even on the flip side, if you're a tour player and you want to win majors, you better hit it in the air.
Yeah.
If you don't, you're not going to win majors. So it's kind of like everybody should do that
Yeah.
when you look at it, right? Even LPGA Tour,
Yeah.
they got to hit in the air. You can't just hit a bullet.
Yeah.
All right, so let's do that again. So land, trail, and then push back very early. Yeah, well, I bet it did. That's right, skosh on the toe. Okay, so that's kind of like your big macro thing you got to do. You need to understand, to control the face, you're doing it early in your swing. You're actually doing it by about P5, not down here, okay? I'm very redundant and repetitive when I talk about the exit. The exit is a representation of P5.
Okay.
So 4 and 5, if that's good, all the stuff past here will be nice, okay? It'll look like Adam Scott, okay? Just got to change your hat. Okay, cool with that? But if you try to chase a pitcher down here, it's not going to be good. Not maybe for the day, but not long term. Okay, that thing's passive.
Yeah.
All right, couple more. Yeah, we got a pattern. Beautiful. Let's have a nice little talk. Good
Okay.
job.
Okay.
So you start at 89,
Uh-huh.
okay, at 2 down, 0 swing direction. You kind of worked on your sequence.
Yeah.
Your sequence went to what? Like, what was the feel?
It was going this way,
Yep.
lower here, and then
Right. But you're landing left and separating.
yeah.
It's not down. Okay, so let's just kind of throw this out here.
Okay.
So the golf swing is not up and down.
Uh-huh.
You're not trying to go to the top and go down.
Yeah.
Okay, it's the act of the pressure and separation that causes that. So if I actually try to go to the top of my swing and go down,
Yeah.
I'm not creating separation, and what'll happen is I won't do it.
Yeah.
Okay, so like there was a tour pro who on television was going like this and then trying to jump,
Yeah.
and he didn't gain any club head speed. And the reason why is because he doesn't understand that he's landing and in transition, creating
Yeah.
separation.
Yeah.
That's the causation of the down.
Yeah.
Okay, if I don't think about going down to the ball, when my arm goes like this and I adduct it, it causes me to go down. See, I get open anyway,
Yeah.
right? But if I go here and I try to go down,
Uh-huh.
it's gonna look awful, number one, and I don't get any benefit out of it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So in your case, you go to the top of your swing and land, create separation. This is all trailing out now. You push back. Okay, now that got you to hit up on it 3.
Yeah.
And you went from 98 to 101.
Uh-huh.
Okay, now for club head speed, what happened? Because you got to 106,
Yeah.
right? So that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Ball speed went straight up.
Uh-huh.
So how'd you do that?
I kind of fling this faster this way, like
Yeah.
throwing it.
Like an athlete,
Yeah.
right?
Uh-huh.
So you think of an athlete like a DJ or Brooks Koepka,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Kind of a good thing.
Uh-huh.
So you didn't try to mechanically do anything. You just let the club head throw back with your sequence. Then you let the sequence do what it was supposed to do.
Yeah.
Do you want to show it without a ball what you're trying to do? Decent. Okay, so run the sequence through the pacing.
So throw it here, then lower here, and separate.
Yeah. And the hands are light. So there's no such thing as controlling the face.
Okay. Yeah.
That's representative of forces you put through the ground and through your body. That the club head goes too fast to control it.
Yeah.
Unless you want to slow it down, that's a different story. Which you could. There are shots you do that. Not for that club, right? So if I'm like, hey, I'm going to do 180 ball speed from 175,
Yeah.
all I got to do is move the system faster.
Yeah.
It's not that hard. Like if you really do it, it's like 180 is like cakewalk.
Yeah.
So if I was to do that the wrong way, I'd try to speed the head up with my hands independently. Make sense? It doesn't work that way. Okay, so let's hit a couple more. Tee it up a hair higher than that. Just a hair. Little drag.
Yeah.
That's your pattern.
You know,
It's in there. Don't worry. It's fine.
Okay.
See how easy this stuff is? It's not that hard. It's not hard. Good. Wind that up a little longer. I like it longer. Longer and land into your lead toe. Attaboy. Really good.